In a moment that's gone viral across every political feed in America, California Democrat Katie Porter just walked out of a CBS interview. The reason? She didn't like the question. When pressed about whether she could win over Trump voters, she cut off the interviewer and said, quote, "I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it." And just like that, another political meltdown was born. But this isn't just a bad interview. It's a moment that perfectly exposes how today's politicians handle accountability. When the questions get uncomfortable, the cameras go off and the excuses come out. Katie Porter has long been presented as the Democratic Party's rising star, a sharp debater, a self-proclaimed truth-teller. She built her reputation grilling CEOs on Capitol Hill, armed with whiteboards and facts. But this time, she wasn't the one asking questions. She was the one being asked them. And it turns out, that's when the performance fell apart. CBS asked a simple question: can you appeal to Trump voters? It's a fair, obvious question for any candidate running in a polarized America, but instead of answering, Porter grew visibly frustrated, dodged twice, and finally ended the interview mid-sentence. The clip exploded across social media. Critics say it's proof she can dish it out but can't take it. Supporters say the journalist was being unfair, pushing a gotcha narrative. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't about one bad moment. It's about image management, control, and the illusion of confidence that politicians sell to the public. Because make no mistake, the modern political brand isn't built on truth. It's built on optics. Every word, every soundbite, every expression is tested and rehearsed. But when real pressure hits, when the questions aren't pre-approved, we get a glimpse of the real person behind the polished mask. Katie Porter's reaction wasn't just emotional. It was strategic. Walking out sends a message. I decide what gets aired. I decide what gets discussed. And that's the dangerous part, because politicians on both sides have learned that the moment accountability feels uncomfortable, they can just shut it down. We've seen Republicans do it. We've seen Democrats do it. And every time, the media plays along, choosing sides instead of choosing truth. But this time, it's hitting harder, because the same media that once celebrated Porter as fearless is now watching her fold under pressure, and instead of headlines about her passion or fight, the trending tags say Porter meltdown, Porter storms off, and Porter exposed. That's not a PR issue, that's a credibility crisis. Let's be clear, this question about Trump voters isn't just about politics. It's about America's divide. A leader who can't even speak to half the country without shutting down the interview. That's not leadership, that's isolation. And it shows a bigger problem inside Washington. Politicians are no longer interested in persuasion. They're interested in control. And yet, watch the double standard. When a conservative walks off, it's cowardice. When a Democrat does it, it's understandable media. Bias is predictable, but now it's visible in real time. You can see journalists bending narratives to protect allies, calling tantrums boundaries, and deflection emotional intelligence. But here's the truth. If you want to lead a country as divided as America, you can't storm out every time someone asks how you'll bridge that divide. The job isn't to be comfortable, it's to be accountable. And this moment proves how fragile the image of strength really is. Now here's where it gets more controversial. Katie Porter's campaign is already struggling with low enthusiasm outside her base. This viral moment might energize supporters, but it alienates moderates, the very voters she needs to win. The optics are brutal. A lawmaker who can confront billionaires but can't answer one simple question about Trump voters. And what does that say about the modern left? That confrontation is only courageous when they control the room. That dialogue only matters when they dominate it. From an outsider's view, this isn't just about Katie Porter. It's about the collapse of authenticity in politics. Every side is pretending to be tough until someone asks a real question. Then suddenly, the rules change, the mic's cut, and the accountability disappears. This is how the system protects itself. Image over truth, spin over substance, and the media plays its part perfectly. They amplify the drama but bury the meaning. They make the meltdown viral but ignore the hypocrisy behind it. So what are we left with? A viral clip, a damaged image, and another example of how the American political class has mastered the art of dodging reality. Porter didn't just walk out of an interview. She walked out of accountability, and for a nation that's losing faith in its leaders, that says everything. Because the real scandal isn't that a politician walked out. It's that we've come to expect it. We've normalized weakness, rewarded spin, and punished honesty. And until voters start demanding answers instead of excuses, nothing changes. This isn't about right or left. It's about leadership. And when leadership runs from questions, democracy follows it out the door. If you value truth over spin and logic over noise, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more truth-based analysis from Outsider's Take. Because out here, we don't play favorites. We just exposed the game.